Ready? Well, it looks good. Looks good to me. So we've just got to do the intro now. Are we going to do that downstairs, outside, or
outside? In front of the lyric, yeah, okay.
Hello there, I'm Alan Stevens. Welcome to Chattoon, the show that's all about chat and cartooning, which is kind of how the show got its name. We're here at the Lyric Theatre Hammersmith, where we're going to interview Andy Nyman, actor, writer of ghost stories and all-round Renaissance man. And I'm joined by one of the UK's top cartoonists, Rick Coleman.
Hello.
Let's go inside and see Andy. Good to see you.
How are you? Nice to see you.
This is Rick.
Nice to meet you.
How are you?
Let me ask you first about that clip that you did with Charlie.
Yeah, the Christian puppeteering.
What happened there?
Yeah, I was in LA. A friend of mine phoned me up and said, turn public TV on now. And there was this insane Christian puppeteering show that this guy had made. So after that, I'd watched that show, jaw on the floor. I phoned this guy up and said, oh, I'm from London, I'm BBC, and I just saw the show, and I would very much love to get hold of the VHS, a copy of the show. Anyway, so I had to buy it.
Money well spent.
Yeah, every now and then I would say to people, you've got to see this. So when I was doing Dead Set with Charlie, I said to him, oh my God, you've got to see this thing. It just so happened he was working on this show about kids' TV. So he loved it and just said to me, would you like to present it? And it was voted, I think, like their top clip in the whole series.
It's the most extraordinary thing. Once it's in your head, you can't get it out.
It's terrifying.
So thanks for that.
A pleasure. One of the many nightmares I hope to give.
So was that the kind of inspiration for getting into horror, or has it always been?
No, I've always adored horror. I've always adored horror. Really kicked in for me when I saw Halloween when I was about 15.
There's quite a close relationship between horror and comedy, isn't there?
I love comedy full stop, but I love comedy that has an edge.
And a lot of people will laugh as a release in an audience to try and the ghost stories thing that you're doing in the West End at the moment, for example. Tell us a bit about that.
Well, Ghost Stories is a play that I wrote with Jeremy Dyson, and I met Jeremy when I was 15 at a Jewish summer camp, and we got on like a house on fire because of our love of comedy and horror. And I had this idea about a contemporary horror play. Told him my idea, which he loved, and that was it.
So how many people in the UK are now sleeping with the lights on because of you?
Over 200,000 people have now seen the show. About somewhere between 50 and 60% say that they were scared to go home after the show and slept with the light on. If you take that with a pinch of salt, maybe that means 20,000 people had to sleep with the light on. Well, that's pretty damn good.
It gets more, doesn't it? I mean, you've got this severed head thing going on. We talked about that before.
I have, yeah. So
I've even heard people say you carry that around. Oh my goodness.
Here we are. So this was from Dead Set.
Yeah.
When I went in on the first day, and I was just supposed to have my chest ripped open. So they said to me, actually, we've changed it. Okay. Someone's going to shove their fingers in your eyes and rip your head off. So I went straight to the producer and said, I'm very happy to do it, but you've got to let me buy or have the head at the end of it, which they did. So this is it. Would you like to see it? It's pretty damn realistic, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I also keep in here some hand wipes. It's a bit gooey. Now that's pretty extraordinary, isn't it?
Can we just have a little quick shot there? Look, I've never actually been with a severed head and with Andy Nyman.
No, I no longer
before.
have the handlebar moustache. You kiss it, it tastes nice.
Oh,
there you go, you
actually,
see? He actually did.
Did I just do that?
So there we go, that's one of my real prized possessions. Bye-bye.
That's fantastic, Andy, appreciate that. So obviously you've done a lot of film, you work in Hollywood and so on, directing and acting. How did that come about?
I've always been obsessed with film. That was one of those things that I just really aspired to do, and the first film that I did was a thing called Dead Babies. That was the Martin Amis adaptation. But that was an amazing thing to stand there in front of those big old Panasonic cameras and hear action called properly for the first time with a clapperboard and a full crew. You know, what happens to the films, you can never... You know, that was going to be a massive, hot, super exciting film. It ended up, went to Cannes Film Festival and then barely got released, you know, it was one of those. But that was a great baptism of fire for me because it really cemented what I'd always thought anyway, which was it's just about doing the work that makes you happy.
You're being caricatured. That's the whole point of the show, which I sort of mentioned, of course.
Yeah.
We're doing this thing. We'll come back to that in a minute. Have you done any cartooning yourself?
I haven't. I literally cannot draw. I cannot think in that way. I've seen those books. Disney, I've done those. You sit in the drawing studio and you go, it's sort of Donald Duck, you know.
Would you like to see what Rick's done?
I would absolutely love to see what Rick's done. It can't be finished, surely.
Show us the cartoon, Rick.
Oh, look at that.
Hey.
Campus, my head. I like the head.
Plenty of gore on there.
That's very cool.
Excellent.
Leg, Black Death. That's great. That's very good.
Okay, camera roll. Rolling.
We go upstairs and then turn left and we come out onto the roof terrace.